to talk about today is the power of being around someone, or the proximity of power. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people believe that because they are around someone that has a lot of power, that they themselves have that same power. This is absolutely not so. So when you're in a situation, you're thinking about something like, so you're working for someone, right? And let's say you're making a lot of money and you start to feel good. And let's say you're around a certain group of people and you start to feel so good about yourself. Everything is just, hunky-dory, and everything is just great. You know what I'm saying? Everything smells like roses. But in fact is, you're really on borrowed time. You're really just renting space. You don't have power unless you gain your own power, build your own power structure. You understand what I'm saying? So it's just like sometimes you can be at work, right? And let's say you're around the elite, right? And those people are making anywhere between 50, 60, 70, 80, maybe 100,000 a year, right? Well, you start to get around them, then you start to act like them. Now, maybe you come from the bracket of making 30,000 a year, 20,000 a year. You understand what I'm saying? And then now you start being around these other people, and you think you are, because you're within close proximity, you start to think that you have that same power. Well, you don't acquire that power. You're just renting. You're just renting time. You're just renting time. So at any point they can pull the string and say, "We don't need you." And I'm talking about like an employer. So you can be working, say, Pepsi Cola, and be making top dollar, right? But then you start treating your friends bad and everybody else bad, right? See, like me, it's me and Bruce, right? When I'm thinking of power, right? I'm in close proximity to Bruce, right? But I'm not Bruce. I can only be around Bruce as an individual. I don't have the power that Bruce possesses. You understand what I'm saying? That anytime Bruce says, "You know what? I want you to be water, my friend," and that was one of his old sayings. "I want you to be water," and I can't be water. Bruce can pull the string and say, "Well, you got to go," because it's his power that I'm renting. I can't run around beating people up or thinking I can push people around when I'm only renting power from Bruce. He's the one that has all the power. I don't have any power. So if I'm running around, well, you'll see this in people when you work on different jobs. You'll see it in people, they act funny. Or let's just say your boss, he's giving you this job, and now, you're making big money, and you're thinking, "Oh, shoot, I don't need to respect anybody. I don't need to, who are those people? Those people are peons, I don't need them." Well, what happens is, he knows you starts to feel that way. When somebody controls your base, then they can pull your string anytime you want. That's why, I often talk about, you have to find a way to take care of yourself. You have to find a way to build something. Even if it's your own product, you have to find a way to build your own product in order to have your own power. Not borrowed power, not rented power. Have your own power. See, Bruce, when he was growing up, his power was within the confines of the Chinese and the Chinese power structure of martial arts, or the power, not power structure of martial arts, but the teaching of martial arts should only been taught to Chinese, not to the Americans. Okay, so, or the Westerners, right? Once Bruce stepped outside of that, then he became the enemy, right? If you hear me in one other video, I'll start to say that, if you go in somebody else's house and start changing furniture, then you got to go, because it's not your house. You got to go. So what did Bruce have to do? He had to step out and build his own power, become one with himself, and then say, "You know what? I don't need you. I'm no longer renting space from your power structure. I'm building my own power structure." Hence his economic base. That's all I wanted to say. Talk to you guys later. And of course, that site is still up for grabs. The course, last day ends on last